Hello, everyone, and welcome to MyCHN Podcast, Health Conversations Without Barriers.
Some of the listeners might know who you are, some of them might not. Would you mind introducing yourself to them?
Yes, absolutely. So my name is Darlin Rodriguez, and I am the Community and Donor Relations Manager here at MyCHN.
And hello, everybody. My name is Ezreal Garcia. I'm the Vice President of Government and Public Relations for MyCHN.
Ezreal, who came up with the idea of Dutch for a Cause? What is it about? What inspired MyCHN to start it?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Mariela. So I'd say about a handful of years ago, we knew that we wanted to get into just really working on better options to provide funding resources for our patients. And so we started with actually with a softball tournament, and that didn't go so well. It was very hot in the middle of summer. And I was having a conversation with our Chief Executive Officer, Mark Young, and he said, "What do you think about dodgeball?" And of course, my mind went to Dodgeball, the movie. And then I thought to myself, well, this is unusual, dodgeball. But if you know our chief executive, you know that Mark has very unusual ideas. Very brilliant man, but very just creative in the sense that he wants to do something new. And so we
Innovative.
decided we would do a dodgeball tournament, and it's actually done rather well.
Ezreal, could you highlight some of the key events that this Dodge for the Cause has funded?
Yeah. So in the past, Dodge for the Cause was primarily used to fund our uninsured access to care for our uninsured patient population. Last year, we made the decision to utilize the funding for patient transportation. So many of the listeners may not know, we do provide transportation services for patients that cannot get to their appointments, whether it's utilizing the service through our own vehicle or through another service provider. And this year, we brought on our cancer care program. And so funding this year will go to our cancer care program to help offset the costs for the uninsured patient populations.
So I know a lot of, even last year when we were talking to the participants, they knew that the money was going for like a very good reason, right? Which is transportation. But a lot of them are kind of shocked when you explain to them that a lot of the population we serve, sometimes one of their barriers to access care is transportation.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember last year when they were saying, "Oh, I didn't know that people might not have a way to get to appointments or even to pick up medication."
Yeah, so whenever we schedule visits for our patients, when you access one service line, you have the ability to access all of the other service lines. So when you are a MyCHN patient, you are a MyCHN patient. And so whether you're coming in for your well woman exam or oral health exam, or let's say you need to come in for your therapy, if you access transportation services, those services are covered regardless of whatever service you access through transportation. So yes, you can access any one of our service lines by utilizing our transportation service.
That was great. Do you don't mind asking how much did we fundraise last year?
Ooh, so our fundraisers have not really been something where we have invested a lot of time in. And I would probably say we probably raised about $10,000 to $15,000 right off the top of my head. But as we've expanded care and as we've expanded our service lines, we feel like it's really important that we focus our efforts in fundraising. And that's why we brought on Darlene. Darlene was previously part of our outreach team, and many of you have probably seen her in the events, or have seen her perhaps at a community health fair or maybe a luncheon. We felt like it was really important to dedicate Darlene's efforts and her expertise to fundraising.
So what is the goal for this year? Where is the money going to?
The goal for this year is going to be $30,000, which, as I mentioned prior, it is definitely doable. And now that I am focused on it, I am being very intentional just about a story, right? It's all about making sure that we're getting our MyCHN story out there. And we do so many services and we do so much for our patients. And our cancer care treatment and infusion that we just started last year, I would love to begin to get that story out there and just talk about the impact that it has had on our patients and what we're hoping for and how it's going to grow throughout the years, right? And so this year we're heavily focused on our cancer care treatment and infusion program. And so Dr. Chosky is over that program and he has been taking care of individuals that are going through that treatment. And it is very special that we're able to meet our patients right where they are and we don't turn any of them away due to their ability to pay. And we're able to meet their needs. And it is definitely worth the cost.
Yeah. So I think it's one of those innovations. We're a very innovative FQHC here in Texas. But I was having Lulu do some research and she noticed some of the research that says that out of pocket, if you have insurance, it's about 40,000 something dollars. If you have insurance, now if you have no insurance, it's 100 grand. It runs a little bit higher than that. Looking ahead, Israel, what is an aspiration or a goal that you have for Dodge for a Cause?
Ooh. At the end of the day, yes, our objective is to raise money to provide more access to care and expand access to care to the uninsured as well as the underinsured, because that's a whole nother demographic population that you don't really hear about. You hear a lot about the uninsured and Texas having the highest number of uninsured individuals, but there's also an underinsured patient population. So while yes, it is our goal and objective to raise money effectively to provide better access to care or expand access to care, but really my goal is just to create awareness about who we are, the needs of our patients, and where opportunities lie for community partners or other individuals to connect with us. There is a saying that when you meet one federally qualified health center, as we are, you meet one federally qualified health center. And there are a plethora of health centers in the Houston area, in the state of Texas, heck, even in the nation, that are doing a really good job. But we are probably the best kept secret for when it comes to innovative healthcare, when it comes to whole person care, and truly when it comes to education and how we can provide a holistic preventative approach to medication, healthcare services, as well as other things such as remote patient monitoring, or as we just talked about, cancer care and other things. So my goal is just to create awareness. Yes, obviously we'd love for this to be bigger and better and more, exciting. Not saying that it's not already, because we do believe that it is. But at the end of the day, we want it, when people hear MyCHN, they want it to be, I want it to be synonymous with Dodge for a Cause and what Dodge for a Cause is doing for our patients and our community.
In what ways do you encourage the community to participate in this event?
We encourage the community by being out in the community very, very often, right? It's what we do. And we're very intentional with all of our community partners and the chambers of commerce that we, of course, work with, and just networking and making sure that we're spreading the word and that we're spreading the good news about this friendly yet competitive game of dodgeball that we are going to be hosting in June.
How much engagement and participation from the community are you expecting this year?
I am actually expecting good engagement from the community. I already have different community partners coming up to me and they're so excited just for our cause, of course, and just to compete with one another and to
Mhm.
be able to network with one another as well and engage while they have fun.
Okay. Is there a challenge? Is there a certain organization you want to challenge for you to see them at the dodgeball event?
I definitely would like to challenge Shell Federal Credit Union. I
Mhm.
am super good friends with Reina, and I know that she's putting together a team, and she's mentioned her team being themed. So I can't wait to see what all they're going to bring on this year and who they're going to be challenging.
All right. Israel, who are you challenging this year?
Who am I challenging?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a very competitive person. And so I have this mantra
Yes,
in
you
my
are. You're very
I am
competitive.
very competitive. I have a mantra in life where I don't like to play games because I am a sore loser. So we do have an internal team competition with myself and Penny Paps, who's our chief administrative
Oh.
officer, and we each sponsor a team.
Mhm.
And every year for the past 2 years, my team has won. No, not certainly not rubbing it in her face.
Def not shade.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
you know who I would really challenge
Cool.
and love to see part of Dodge for a Cause, either as a sponsor or as a team,
Mhm.
for petrochemical industry. I'd love to see them. We have some cities that are teaming up to compete with another city. So we're very excited about that. I think it's going to be really fun, very competitive. These are very competitive events. And so we're excited about that.
Okay. I think I'm going to challenge the Nolly Association, and it's they're very big in the southeast, south
Mhm.
Houston. So I hope to see them there, and I hope they do have a team and that they are able to share with everyone what they're doing, and I hope they do challenge another team.
Yeah.
And so actually one thing that I wanted to ask was what was the reason why we brought oncology into MyCHN?
You know, um, every institution should have a really good leader. Should have a
Mhm.
leader that paves the way, that is forward thinking when it comes to how to be better. I firmly believe that an organization that is not innovative or creative is an organization that is stagnant and not growing. When we spoke as an executive team about the possibility of bringing oncology or cancer care to my CHN, it was a hands down, absolutely yes, let's do this. Why? Well, for those of you that are listening that have had, struggles or challenges accessing a specialist outside of your primary care provider, you know the challenges, the transportation challenges, the service availability or appointment availability. Is the provider in network? Is it not a network? I'm uninsured. Who's going to pay for this? The cost, all of that. We just felt like it was a win-win. Let's bring more providers in that are not just primary care, oral health, women's health, behavioral health, mental health, and let's expand our scope. Let's expand our scope to include specialty providers, oncology, podiatry, cardiology, rheumatology, endocrinology, all of these other specialists that are on our short list to bring onto our network. We want to. So it made sense. It made sense after we looked at our census, our patient census list, and said, really makes sense to bring on an oncologist. If we can make it work for both us and the patient, let's do it. Let's provide care.
Yeah, definitely with the patient in mind, their whole care.
Mhm.
And well, not only them, but also their family.
Yep.
Because one thing we have noticed as an organization is I will tell you, our staff are our supporters. They're our
Mhm.
promoters. And a lot of our staff use our services. And I would say the majority of our staff use our services. So
Mhm.
they're literally one of our best our best patients population out there.
Mhm.
All right. So lastly, well, actually, two last questions. If someone can't participate, how can they support?
Good question. I'm going to punt that to Darlene.
Great question. So if you would like to participate, first and foremost, you can always go to our website at mychn.org/events, and you can go ahead and find all information about the dodgeball tournament on the website. And if you are not going to be playing in the tournament, you can go ahead and access a donation link that we're going to be having available for you, and you can go ahead and donate to the cause.
You can also, if you are a food truck vendor and would like an opportunity to host your food truck or have your food truck out, certainly reach out to Darlene and she can look at what we can do. And there's also things that you want to do. Let's say you want to sponsor a team, it's $150, but you don't have a team, but you know of a company or you know of some other individuals that would love to do it, but you just want to give to the cause. Give to the cause. We'd love to have another team.
Or if they want to donate, right, Darlene, you're going to be having a raffle, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if anyone is wondering, you can just go to mychn.org, click on events, and then you're going to be able to see Dodge for a Cause. And then Darlene's email is there. Or even if you call us, actually, someone would get Darlene to contact you.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
And lastly, what message or call to action would you like to share with the listeners to inspire them to get involved?
I would say definitely just participate and make sure that you get to be a part of just an initiative that we're hoping that is going to grow and that it's going to be impacting the communities that you're in.
Then for me, the call to action is nothing you do is ever too small to help our community healthier and more sustainable. So whatever you can do, whether it's donating, showing up to the event and just being a participant, buying something from the food vendors or participating in the raffle, your presence is important and we'd love to see you there.
We'll love to see you there. So don't forget to demonstrate your love by sharing this podcast or leaving us a review. And until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.